Every stealth wing begins as raw fiber, quiet, fragile, and unforgiving.
Before shape, before flight, there is only control.
In this building, air and temperature are as important as metal. Stealth is built in microns, and microns hate moisture.
Even warming up is a procedure, because mistakes become signatures.
The wing's skin is born one layer at a time. Order is the first tool of precision.
The mold is the truth. Everything else must obey it. The surface decides the stealth before the aircraft ever exists. Alignment is not aesthetic, it's survival.
Every layer has a direction, and every direction has consequences.
Strength without weight. This is how a wing becomes possible. Sealed from the world, the material prepares to change.
A single leak can become a radar echo.
Pressure turns layers into one body. Now the wing goes into the furnace, where chemistry becomes structure. Thousands of hours of work can hinge on one clean seal. This is where raw material stops being raw. When the vault opens, the wing finally has a spine.
Now it must move, without a scratch, without a story.
In stealth work, gravity is the first enemy.
Protection is not optional, it's part of the build.
Every label is a lesson learned the hard way.
From clean air to open air, still, nothing can be rushed. At Plant 42, the desert holds the doors to flight. Big buildings hide small tolerances.
The facility breathes differently because the aircraft does.
Here, parts stop being parts.
Hold. Stealth depends on seams that barely exist.
A clean join is a quiet aircraft. Hardware is choreography, every step recorded.
In composites, chemistry is a clock.
The smallest ridge can become the loudest reflection.
Heat is applied like a scalpel, never like a hammer.
The journey continues forward, one controlled meter at a time.
Every component is built with the runway already in mind. At Plant 42, access is measured because the work inside rewrites air power. Every entry is logged because every detail matters. The building is oversized because the tolerances are not. cross this line, and the air changes.
This place runs like a city, owned by the government, operated by precision.
Stealth demands a controlled climate as much as controlled labor.
Here, the aircraft isn't built. It's assembled like a single equation. A single overtorque can echo through the airframe.
Mark. If you can see it, radar can too.
The next step isn't paint, it's signature management. Edges define the aircraft more than wings do. The coating isn't cosmetic, it's part of the aircraft's physics.
Before application, the room must be cleaner than the idea.
Consistency is how stealth stays invisible.
Inside Plant 42, everything points down the line. Now the aircraft gets cleaned, not for looks, but for silence.
Before stealth can hide, the surface must be spotless.
Cleaning is not a step, it's a discipline.
Any residue becomes a defect. Any defect becomes a signature.
In a controlled process, even trash has a procedure.
A single speck can travel farther than any aircraft.
Sorting isn't organization, it's risk reduction. Every compound has a clock, and the clock always wins. You don't fix what you can't find.
Low-observable work is delicate because it has to be.
A smooth surface is a silent surface.
This is where shape becomes stealth. Good. Hey.
The atmosphere can ruin adhesives faster than time can. When coating replaces patchwork, the schedule finally breathes. Automation doesn't replace skill, it protects consistency. Every pass is planned, because every pass leaves a footprint. Every pass is planned, because every pass leaves a footprint. Uniformity is the closest thing to invisibility. Now it must harden, without dust, without touch, without compromise.
With the surface secured, the real build can begin.
Now the wing learns what it must carry: power, data, and intent.
A stealth bomber is also a network, hidden in structure.
Every cavity is designed to close again, perfectly. Wires don't just connect systems, they connect outcomes. In flight, vibration finds every weak decision. Brains arrive quiet, waiting for the airframe to wake them.
Seated mode.
Integration is where hardware becomes capability. One click can prevent a failure you'll never see coming. A flying wing stays steady because computers refuse to blink. Stealth even changes how air is measured. Everything protruding is a question radar can answer.
Pin in.
The intake is a tunnel of silence. Power arrives next, built to run hard and run hidden.
Left, hold.
Stealth is not only shape, it's where you hide the heat.
Patterns prevent warping. Records prevent guesswork.
Inside the wing, space is reserved for the mission. Inside the wing, the mission rotates into position.
A green light doesn't mean ready. It means verified.
Even a door edge is engineered to disappear.
Hold.
Internal carriage keeps the aircraft quiet, outside and on radar. This is transformation. Loose hardware becomes locked certainty. The bay must know itself. Open, closed, safe, armed.
A flying wing still needs a way to meet the ground.
Alignment first. Force, never.
Fluids move the mechanisms. Discipline keeps them contained.
If it can't repeat perfectly, it can't fly safely.
Flush.
Transformation is finished when the seam vanishes.
Now the aircraft stops being pieces and becomes one shape.
Mass moves slowly here because precision moves first.
Good.
Every lift is a promise the structure can keep.
When it floats, the whole factory holds its breath.
Before metal meets composite, the sensors get the final word. In modern assembly, measurement is the true foreman. Before contact, the aircraft is measured like a planet.
Numbers guide the lift more gently than hands ever could.
Precision isn't one move. It's many small refusals to rush.
Hold.
The join begins when movement stops. Goals are permanent, so they are earned. Cut, measure, cut again, until perfection has nowhere to hide. Automation doesn't guess, it confirms.
Machines place it. Humans own it.
The scan doesn't care about effort, only outcome.
Rework here is microscopic and mandatory.
When the map turns green, the airframe moves on.
Some defects don't show on the surface, so heat becomes the flashlight. Heat reveals what eyesight was never meant to see. Every scan becomes history, attached to the aircraft forever. Passing inspection doesn't end work, it earns the next step.
Modern production is data as much as it is structure.
While the airframe hardens, the software evolves, quietly, relentlessly.
Automation hands off to craftsmanship, where details become final. Finishing starts where motion ends.
A gap this small can still change airflow and radar.
The surface is judged by light, by touch, and by tolerance.
Filler isn't a patch, it's geometry correction.
Smoothness is measured in what the light refuses to catch. Each checkmark is earned, never assumed. Edges are loud in radar, so they are sculpted in silence. A clean mask line prevents rework before it starts. With RAM, thickness and placement are everything.
Robotics keeps the coating honest, pass after pass. Automation covers the field. Craftsmanship finishes the corners.
The best line is the one that never needs correction.
Finishing ends only when nothing unwanted remains. When finishing is complete, proof begins.
The build is done when the lab agrees.
Quality control is where claims become facts. In QC, the aircraft is treated like evidence.
First, the oldest tool, light and patience.
One set of eyes isn't enough, so the process adds another.
Specialized tools don't replace skill, they sharpen it.
2, 3.
A grid sweep turns intuition into measurement.
If the tool isn't proven, the result doesn't count.
Sound can find what eyes will never notice.
Coupling is everything. Without it, the signal lies.
QC is repetitive because aircraft failures are permanent.
Release is a decision backed by data, not confidence.
If it isn't documented, it didn't happen. QC release to packout.
Quality takes teamwork, because stealth forgive nothing.
The lab doesn't celebrate, it releases. Now the aircraft's parts move like finished product. The final steps are logistics, executed with the same precision as the build. After inspection, protection becomes the mission.
Set.
If it moves during shipping, it arrives as damage.
The audio features a narrator speaking over the industrial sounds. Labels are instructions for
The crate is a temporary hangar built to survive the road.
Protection isn't only impact. It's moisture, dust, and time.
A controlled climate doesn't end at the factory door.
Closure is the final quality step, performed with the same care.
A number ties the crate to the aircraft's life story.
From here, logistics carries what engineering created.
Storage is not waiting, it's controlled holding. Even at rest, the product is handled like it can't be replaced.
Traceability is the chain that prevents loss.
Dispatch is choreography, heavy, loud, and exact.
Security starts with a stable platform.
Movement is allowed only inside the lines.
Paperwork moves as carefully as hardware.
The finished product isn't just an aircraft, it's every protected component. Storage is the quiet middle between build and flight.
Stop!
Dispatch closes the door on months of controlled work.
And this is how modern factories produce B-2 Spirit components from start to finish.
Subscribe for more real factory breakdowns.